for 15 years. The Falcons were just in the Super Bowl with the MVP. They were overwhelming, and now they can't play offense at all. And here are the Patriots, again, doing what they always do for 15 years when the Falcons couldn't do it for 15 minutes.
Yes, in a shocking turn of events, the New England Patriots, who have been dominant for 15 years, have the same quarterback coach, and most of the same personnel are still good. The Falcons also actually have a lot of the same personnel that they had before, but what they don't have is their offensive coordinator, and it turns out they no longer know what to do with those personnel. I was surprised to learn going into this game that Julio Jones, their best player, had only 2 red zone targets. We saw what happened last night when you throw to Julio Jones in the red zone, which is that he son Malcolm Butler. Seriously, Malcolm Butler is now legally Julio Jones' child. He has to spend weekends with him. Going forward might be something the Falcons want to do. Throw to your best player, the human cyborg with iron hands.
Well, you got to give credit to the Falcons. You know, they pulled a good play in that game. Midfield, 4th down, 7 to go.
Yeah, they went for it.
That's it. That's a tough play. That's a tough play now.
Philosophically, though, when you're going to play the Patriots, even if you have Matt Ryan and even if you're the Falcons, you know that from the 50-yard line, you better go for it on 4th and 7 because they're going to score when they have the ball.
Even though it didn't work so great at the end of the first half, though.
There's that.
True.
There's that. It doesn't always work out,
too, but we don't count that one.
We're not talking about that.
That was definitely that play. I was like, oh, you're such an idiot. Oh, wait, yeah, genius.
Haven't you said all season long that the Patriots were not any good?
I mean, I feel like Mina last time she was here said the Patriots will be fine. I mean, they haven't been good at defense. How the hell were they good at defense last night? You can't explain it. I can't explain it. Nobody can explain it except the guy who did it.
Thanks for remembering.
Yeah, thanks for remembering.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for nothing.
After what you saw yesterday, is the Packers season over?
I didn't need to see yesterday to know that the Packers season was over the moment that Aaron Rodgers left with a broken collarbone. But yesterday was a fresh reminder of how absence makes the heart grow fonder, because what you saw there was a guy who's not as accurate, doesn't make the right decisions. You saw somebody who was amateur playing the position and being the heir apparent to the guy who was a maestro. So yesterday was frustrating to watch because I'm used to that position, wearing that uniform, being super precise.
So we are hearing that there is a small chance Aaron Rodgers might come back in December. At home, you can't hear this, but he just emitted a high-pitched squeal.
Yes.
But even if that does happen, I'm not sure it's a good idea. There are probably 6 games between now and then. There's a good chance the Packers lose almost all of them. They are playing Cleveland, and will have a long shot of making the playoffs. Now, there are teams in the NFL that are built to win with bad quarterbacks. Jacksonville, Chicago. Green Bay is not one of those teams. They need Aaron Rodgers, and without him, they are a long shot.
Look, man, Aaron Rodgers for 10 years has been keeping people employed. I want you to think about this for a second. Who are the great players that he's had? Who are the #1 receivers that he's had? He has kept executives employed. He has kept his coach employed. Aaron Rodgers has made #1 receivers out of bums. This guy can't do that.
Are you kidding me? We got to talk about this guy even when he's hurt.
I know, right?
I'm sick of
I know, I'm sorry, Papi. I mean, he's right. I mean, he's right. Even when he's gone, I miss him. I miss him.
He just said like 3 profanities.
Yeah, don't you dare say any of those words. You're not allowed to say any of them.
Should Tom Cable be upset with Doug Baldwin?
Baldwin is his name. I don't know who Doug Balding is. This is Mina's account. She's got a Seattle Seahawks tattoo on her arm right there. That is the Seattle Seahawks. Let's check in with this emotional team. They are fun, and they play on this edge all the time right here. And there's Baldwin pushing Tom Cable. And he said after the game that it was just frustration, 100% wrong. He didn't mean to do that. But this is your account, Mina. You love this team. You must love the way they play on the edge like this because their coach allows some of this. They thrive in all of this nonsense.
For those who don't know, Tom Cable coaches the Seahawks offensive line, which has been an absolute tire fire over the last few years. As an unbiased observer, definitely not someone who threw her phone across the room last season when Russell Wilson was sacked for the 50th time and woke up in the middle of the night screaming, "Run, Russell, run!" As someone who definitely did not do either of those things, I would like to posit that perhaps Doug Baldwin had a point when he criticized Tom Cable. Just throwing that out there.
Not only did he have a point, he also should have had fear in his heart because I will remind you, Doug Baldwin took a beating before a Super Bowl against Percy Harvin, and last time I heard of Cable, he was punching the orbital bone of a fellow coach. So the guy in danger in that situation is not Cable.
A Super Bowl they won, by the way.
How should Michael Trubinsky feel about only throwing the ball 7 times all game?
Yeah, it's Mitchell Trubinsky. Bisky time. I thought we'd established all of this. I don't know why it is that he became Michael Trubinsky. Anyway, he threw 7 passes. He completed 4 of them. They wanted a blowout because football in 2017, ladies and gentlemen, he should feel really useless because he was pretty incompetent yesterday. And even though they won, it doesn't stop the fact that he looked pretty incompetent yesterday. And as an added bonus, I shouldn't be asking how he felt. How do you think Mike Glennon felt yesterday watching that, having replaced him, and sitting there saying, you know what, I could have done that. I could have gone out there and thrown 7 passes.
But the Bears wish they had Michael Trubinsky. Instead, they have Mitch, who I, as fans of the show, may remember wanted to start. The phrase, it's Bisky time, was thrown around. A problematic Southern accent may have been used. But it is not Bisky time because he does not look great. No. He became the first non-injured quarterback to throw for fewer than 5 passes and win a game since, wait for it, Tim Tebow in 2011. Does not bode well for his future this season. Does bode well for us talking about him on ESPN.
I do think that it doesn't bode well either for Mina's catchphrases because she was really hoping to get Bisky time off the ground, and this does not help that.
What the hell are you talking about? You know, you got to read the stat sheet, you know. Trubinsky completed more than 50% of the passes. You know, he went 4 for 7. You know, and every attempt that he made, you know, he went for about 15 yards. You know, the guy's a monster. You know what I mean? And the Osos of Chicago, they won. That's all you care. When they win, they win. The Osos, they won.
Okay. That's some bottom line math my father's doing. I'm sorry, I was stifling a belch while he was talking.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
Hello? It's Fred Hoiberg. Yes, Fred. You think he traveled?
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
He took too many
Hang
steps.
up on him. Hang up on Fred Hoiberg.
He should have been the MVP of the league. Time for more headlines. Should the Steelers trade Martavis Bryant?
Man, he is making a mess for the Steelers. He was on social media saying that their second best receiver, Juju Simon-Schuster or something, it's not Juju Simon-Schuster, is not better than he is. Nowhere near better than me. Fool, all you need to do is give me what I want. Y'all can have Juju and whoever else. He since deleted that. There's a report out there that Bryant didn't go into work today at all and called in sick. And so that makes the only difference between today and yesterday, that today he called. He wants out of there. I understand, though, why he would be frustrated. He had a breakout time when he came into the league as a rookie. And since then, all Ben Roethlisberger's done is thrown to Antonio Brown and nobody but Antonio Brown because that's where he feels most secure. I can understand why Bryant would be saying, hey, get me somewhere else where they don't have a number 1 receiver who's going to take all the catches.
Yes, poor Juju Simon-Schuster publishes great books, not as great a football player. Before the season, I would have said this is crazy. You can't trade Martavis Bryant. He's so talented. What a phenomenal deep threat. But as it turns out, the Steelers can't really use a deep threat. Ben Roethlisberger has attempted 20 passes over 30 yards this season, the most in the NFL, and has completed just 3 of them. Now, there's been a lot of drama in the Steelers locker room this year, mostly involving key players. But if Martavis Bryant isn't a key player due to his quarterback's limitations, they might want to move on.
This guy did it all wrong. If you're going to criticize a teammate, you got to set up a fake Twitter account.
Yes,
that's what you got to do.
Yes,
that's what you got to do.
That's
you
right.
No.
Man, deleting social media aggression is so 10 years ago. Burner accounts, baby.
Yes.
Does the NFL need to suspend Vontaze Burfict again?
This was a relatively peaceful game, given how much these teams dislike each other. I expected a couple of guys to pull out machetes at some point, but here's Vontaze Burfict. He's a dirty player. We know he's a dirty player, and he's been a dirty player for a long time. No one has quite this reputation in the league. And so there it is, the kicking in the face, and Roosevelt Nix, the fullback, is telling the referee's right there, Mina, telling the referee, hey, he kicked me in the face. That's not allowed.
That's subtle.
And so does that deserve a suspension? Nobody else in the league will get a suspension, but this one guy might get the suspension because of body of work.
What was surprising to me about this was not the kick or that he hilariously pointed at him afterwards, but the revelation that Vontaze Burfict is a captain on the Bengals, which I learned when he came out earlier in the game and refused to shake the hands of their opponents. And that, by the way, is why I think this discussion is ultimately futile. You can suspend Vontaze Burfict for all you want, but he's a captain.
Right.
Dom Kong Su's a captain. Incognito, Terrell Suggs. There's a reason why these players are beloved by their teammates. Nobody likes it when they do stuff like this to other players, but their own teammates, they love it.
You know who should be suspended? Andy Dalton for doing this.
Oh, look at this. This
That's
is
right.
Andy Dalton, 4th and 3. Andy Dalton, look at that. 4th and 3. Andy Dalton so used to throwing the ball out of bounds that he will throw it out of bounds on 4th and 3 instead of risking an interception.
It's just an instinct for him. Like Vontae's perfect. Kicks someone, Andy Dalton throws it out of bounds.
Right, but here's the difference, though. He expects A.J. Green to bail him out with that throw every once in a while.
Is the Greek Freak a serious MVP candidate?
My father, when he saw this question, just muttered under his breath, this is a good player. Yes, he's a good player. He's very young. 22 years old. Look at this here. He is unstoppable. This is ridiculous. I mean, like, look at this. It's not just the end of the game. That's one bleeping dribble from half court. That's one dribble from half court. That's the evolution of the sport right there. And then this at the rim. I mean, that's just lunacy. What are you supposed to do against that extraterrestrial?
Is he an MVP candidate? I mean, rationally, no. Rationally, it's been 3 games. It's October. There's a little thing called small sample size. But then you watch something like that, and I mean, it's like a giraffe and a buffalo mated and a baby, and the baby could dunk. It's unbelievable. But you know what? It's not entirely unrealistic that he could win, and here's why. Look at the landscape right now. The Warriors all cancel each other out. Harden and Westbrook have to share the ball. Kawhi is hurt. LeBron's probably going to chill. By process of elimination, you get to Giannis, MVP.
Ring, ring, ring. Hello? It's Fred Hoiberg. Yes, Fred. You think he traveled?
Oh, come on.
Come
Yeah.
Come on.
He took too many
Hang
steps.
up on
Yeah.
him. Hang up on Fred
That's the reason
Hoiberg.
he should have been the MVP of the league. Okay.
Boo.
All right, I let them know. Yeah.
Hang up on him. Stop calling here.
On beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that is plotting Mina's demise. Just you wait. Do you question?
I don't know if I want to play this, but you give us topics and events, we question it.
The demise is coming.
Do you question if this celebration will be top?
Mina, I was confused by this. We go out to Bengals, Steelers. Everyone loved this celebration. Loved it.
awesome.
I love celebrations. I didn't love this particular celebration. Look at this here.
How could you not love this? This is so funny.
We've got the aforementioned Juju Simon-Schuster wide open. That's not his actual name. We know that's not his actual name. And then here we go.
All right.
They are choreographing it here.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4,
Yes.
5. Okay. Oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Come on, that's adorable.
Yes, that's hide and seek. That's what the Steelers were doing today with Martavis Bryant when he didn't show up for work. They were playing hide and seek with him too.
I love these celebrations. Do you think the Browns ever practice touchdown celebrate? Like, do you think that a part of them is like, maybe we'll get to use this someday?
No, but here's the thing. I love the idea of celebrations. I was just hoping for a season-long celebration from everybody where each one was more clever than the next, and instead we're celebrating hide and seek. It bums me out.
Wow.
I know. That makes me the jerk. I know.
Well, that was a pretty good celebration, but I have seen much, much worse. Look at that one.
Much worse? CFL. How slow are these people? Oh, there it is, right there. Yes, that is worse. That is excellent. Bang! Some of that for you there. Yes.
Wow.
What year was that? That looked like from ESPN Classic CFL in the 1970s.
How have they not shown that before on this show?
That guy, did you guys see how slow the human beings were running around on that field?
Do you question if the shooter deserves credit?
I know what this video is. I just got done asking them. Do you guys know what this is? This is amazing. This is a shootout situation. We've got Bangkok's in the game. It's 19-19. It's goalie on goalie here, penalty kicks. Look how amazing this is.
Not seen this.
I can't believe you guys haven't seen this. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in
Okay.
soccer.
All right.
Woo!
Good job, goalie.
I'm a winner!
Oh,
Yes!
no!
Yes!
No!
Yes!
No!
Bang! Yes! Goal! I love everyone's reaction. Everyone. Look at everyone's reaction. The refs are just there watching. The other goalie's celebrating. This guy's sick. And then, yes! Fall to your knees in glorious joy, for you are the luckiest keeper in the history of goal scoring.
The entire spectrum of human emotion.
I told you that was great. Ken, let's check in with everybody again. I want you guys to just watch the ref and the shooter. Watch the ref and the shooter.
All right.
Look at the ref. The ref is locked in, Mina. Look at him. What? What?
walking
Oh, I
over,
better not leave my post. I better not leave my post. And I will wait to call it at the appropriate time. Goal! Goal! And I love the joy, the despair of the shooter.
That's incredible.
Wow.
Now let's just do it with the shooter. Let's do it. Let's isolate the shooter here, right here. Look at here. The shooter is just, she said, the range of human emotion.
Yes,
Watch him.
so-
I failed.
Despair.
Oh, this is so crushing.
Humiliation.
I'm a failure.
Sadness.
But wait. Hope.
Joy.
Hope. Hope. Hope and joy. Here we are to joy.
Gratefulness.
Gratitude.
Unbelievable.
Time to play the game that thinks boneless wins have a higher floor or lower ceiling than bone-in wins. See or no?
You tell us what's on television tonight. We'll tell you if we're intrigued or not.
On ESPN, Monday Night Football, Washington and Philadelphia.
The Eagles seem exciting. They seem fun. Their offensive line is really good. And they had a guy they were going to cut. He was on the cusp of being cut. He wasn't very good last year, and now they love launching the ball down the field to him. And there, how about some of this for you? That looks like fun. Yeah, look at that. That has to be very frustrating to be the cornerback in that spot. You would be joyous, too, if you caught a ball this far in today's NFL. You made all those moves, then you got to the goal line, and you got to celebrate it this way. Yeah, that looks like a lot of fun. Nesty plunge. You're too young to remember that, aren't you? Mina, are you intrigued?
I am intrigued for the reasons that you mentioned. You know, there aren't really dominant teams in the NFL, particularly because there aren't that many balanced teams. The Eagles have the chance to be the exception. They are fantastic on defense. They are rapidly improving on offense. And if they win tonight, I think they have a case for being the best team in the NFL right now.
I'm noticing that her football analysis is better than mine, and it's making me insanely jealous and threatened. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Listen, I heard that Josh Norman is on plane tonight. He has bad ribs. He hurt his ribs, you know, and I think that I know how he hurt them.
What is this?
Oh, that's him hugging me right there. I'm on awkward hugger, Mina. I was saying hello to him, and
God.
I did so too aggressively.
You can see him arching his back.
Yeah, he
avoid
was made
contact
uncomfortable
with
by
your
that. I was
chest.
made uncomfortable by that. Can we go in? That's right here in the Clevelander in the sports bar. Let's look at that again so you can see. I am just saying hello to him. I'd never met him before. Let's check in again with me hugging, according to security footage here at the Clevelander. And here, there it is. He is, and that's where he hurt his ribs, and he is now not playing this week. I'm sorry about that, Josh. And Washington.
On Channel 4 in the UK, first dates.
Oh, these are so uncomfortable, Mina. They're going to make you sad. They're awkward daters that don't know what to do, inexperienced daters. Go ahead, show Mina. She's going to keep the camera on Mina because I think she's going to be made deeply uncomfortable.
It's a nice atmosphere in here.
Yeah, it's really, really nice.
I like it. When I talk to a girl who I find attractive and think, oh, a bit of this, then I just don't know what to say. Completely clueless. So what was I going to say? They don't teach you this sort of crap in school, unfortunately. They teach you useless stuff that you don't need. I don't care what pie is.
I like him.
I've never been in a serious relationship. It just hasn't happened. What about you?
I'm very much the same.
Okay, Mina was, they summoned some pity there. Mina, are you intrigued?
I thought nothing could be more awkward than the video of you hugging Josh Norman,
Right,
but
there
I
we go.
was wrong.
Right.
I am intrigued. I
I'm
think
no
they're
better at
cute.
first meetings than that guy, come to think of it. Now that I think of it, my Josh Norman meeting was worse than that. Bobby, are you intrigued? Okay, not really. Let's move on to the next one.
I'm intrigued.
He doesn't know how to use the no card. It won't come to him, so let's just keep it moving.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for
All
watching.
right, there is no next one. My father does this and says he doesn't want to do the show anymore. We go right off the air, right then and there.
Oh, hey, the University of Miami is ranked number 6 in the country. Ooh, they're moving up this year, buddy. The U.
That's a W. That's Washington. That's the Longhorns. I don't know what this is.
This isn't the U. No, that's still a W, though. You gotta